Yeah. So this is basically the tire industry. So you have said that you have presented for how many companies you have presented? One, two, three, four, five companies. Okay. And you said that the industry is growing on an average at around 20% growth rate. Okay. And the best company, according to you, is C8. Which three companies you are recommending to buy?
So it's Apollo, CERT, and JK Tyre.
And why you say that you would like to put your money in these companies?
So because if we look at their valuation matrix, then the companies are trading, they are currently undervalued, and the companies are having a high growth rate.
So when you
And
say
also,
undervalued,
other
when you
than
say
which,
undervalued, so in what respect is it? The which metrics is suggesting you that they are undervalued?
so if we look at PE ratio also, then it suggests that it's undervalued. If we look at PEG ratio also,
So according to
it's
you, which is a
undervalued.
better metric, the PEG or P? If you have to single out one,
So PEG,
why the
PEG
PEG is
ratio.
better?
So because it takes into account the growth rate also for the company,
Okay, fine.
along
So
with the PE.
okay, the
So it
P.
gives more accurate information.
Okay. So according to you, how you will interpret a PEG ratio?
So it's like PE ratio divided by growth rate, right?
That's a formula, but how you are going to interpret? Suppose you have to say you look at the PEG ratio of a company, and what you will say about after looking a PEG ratio of certain number that you will whether it is overvalued or undervalued. So how you will infer that
So
a company is
like the industry PEG ratio is,
okay? Industry PEG
so
ratio.
am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, absolutely. So even if suppose
Yeah. So
industry
sir,
PEG ratio is not available, suppose first let's understand that suppose the industry PEG ratio is not available to you. So by simply looking at the PEG ratio, so what will be
if
your
it's below one, then if it's below one, then we'll say that it's undervalued, and if it's above one, we'll say that it's trading at premium currently.
okay? So now if I just correct you and say that what you need to say, I mean to the people, okay, is that if the PEG ratio is below one, that means the company is trading at a discount to its growth, okay? Because the formula says that P ratio divided by the growth, okay? So
Yes.
it is trading at discount to its growth. Suppose if it is trading exactly at the one, then we say it is trading in line with the growth, okay? If it is above
Okay.
one, that means it is trading at a premium to its growth because it will always be above one. So that means growth is more and the P ratio is less, isn't it? So you will
Yes,
find, sorry, the P ratio is more and the growth is less. So which means that it is trading at a premium to its growth. Is that okay? Suppose,
yes, sir.
have you watched that video which I sent to the peg ratio video?
Yes, sir.
So usme, this has been properly explained also. You can just watch it again if you want. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Okay, sir.
So ठीक है चलो आपका हो गया अब next I think we'll go for the next one. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so
Yes, sir.
just hold on. I'm just making some note. Okay, ठीक है हाँ रितेश.
Yes, sir. I'm just sharing my screen, sir.
या तो रितेश आपने कौन सी इंडस्ट्री ली है?
Automobile or automobile.
Okay, auto. So you are Ritesh. Auto. Okay.
And one thing,
Yeah.
so in my Excel, I have taken the top 10 companies in tire industry across the world, but
Okay.
I was not able to get the data for them, like what is their EBITDA and what is their EBIT, so it was not applicable.
Okay. No, no problem. So what you can do, if you are able to get that data across, say in next 1 or 2 days, you can upload and send. Otherwise, what you have presented and whatever you have shared is good enough for me. Okay.
Okay,
Fine.
sir.
But if you are able to do that for your further, this thing, to understand that you are actually looking for the tire companies and then you are also telling that these are the major tire companies in the world and, how they are being valued. So it gives you a very good comparison, with India that Indian companies are valued at a certain P ratio and are we other countries outside they are valued at lower P multiple or we are trading at a higher P multiple. So it gives you a good comparison also. Okay.
Yes,
अगर वो कर
okay,
सकते
sir.
हो आजकल में because today in the class when we finish these presentations, I think Abdul will be making the last presentation because we are only, I think, how many students we have who are going to make? Three. So three presentations we are going to have today, and next we are going to have the balance one. So then we are going to start about mutual funds, and a similar exercise you have to do in a mutual funds. Okay, fine.
Okay, sir.
So I'll tell you what kind of exercise you'll be doing, and next to next week you will be making a similar kind of a Excel sheet and presenting me. Okay, fine.
Okay, sir. Sure,
तो
sir.
छोटा सा वो भी ऐसे ही होगा बट सिंपल सही आपको जो है समझ में भी आएगा अच्छा है ठीक है चलो ओके रितेश
Sir, is the same is visible?
या इट्स विजिबल एब्सोल्युटली
Yes, sir. So, sir, the major market share is Maruti Suzuki, Hyundai Motors, Tata Motors, and Mahindra and Mahindra.
ओके
So they compose around 85%.
okay
So
now
I
Ritesh
believe
this is a very good way of presenting Akriti you also make this kind of a sheet you know the first sheet where you talk about all the players and their market share and then you know capture
Sir,
what is the
my first sheet is this only.
okay so actually this is the first sheet you should have presented then okay fine
Okay, sir.
so ठीक है कोई बात नहीं आगे चलो रितेश
yes, sir. So the Maruti Suzuki is primarily available for passenger vehicles, and they have a strong presence in hatchbacks and compact cars. And the Hyundai Motors are more focused on PV, passenger vehicles, and notable for impact SUVs and sedans.
hmm.
Tata Motors is the oldest automobile company.
Okay.
It is a diverse portfolio. Passenger vehicles, commercial vehicles, and they are also in electric vehicles. And the Mahindra and Mahindra, they are more in SUVs, uh, compact cars and tractors. But they are also right now they are also coming in the electric vehicles. So the listed companies are Maruti Suzuki, Tata Motors, Mahindra and Mahindra, Hyundai Motors, and others. And there are small players also, so those are not listed yet. Honda Cars, Toyota, Kia, MG Motors, Renault, and others.
अच्छा, these are not
So the
listed.
growth,
Yeah.
yes, sir, these are not listed.
So this percentage
And the
which you have mentioned in the summary, that
yes, sir,
percentage is only the companies that are listed in the stock in our stock exchange. The percentage,
yes, sir.
or is it the
Not
percentage of cars? You know, for the entire universe. Maruti is selling 41% of the. You know, they have the automobile presence in India, irrespective of whether the companies are listed in India or not. Is it?
not really, sir. The percentage I have for the mostly for the listed companies, and there are some like Kia, Honda cars, they are not listed yet,
Okay, so it is
but they
out of
have
the
a good
listed
market
universe.
share.
It is out of the 41% you're talking about the listed universe, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. तो ये आपको कहाँ से मिला मार्केट शेयर तो लिस्टेड का होता ही नहीं है कभी यही होता है कि कंपनी कितना मार्केट होता है आई एम जस्ट थिंकिंग अलाउड आई मीन
So Google only,
अच्छा
sir.
चलो कोई बात नहीं चेक करना इसको आई मीन जस्ट मेक इट
Yes, sir.
आई मीन
Yes, sir.
डबल
I'll
चेक
check
इट
that.
बिकॉज you know it will not be based on the listing it will be based on the total you know car sales the
Total market share.
total market share will be irrespective of the companies listed in India or not okay
Okay.
ठीक है
Okay,
चलो
I'll check again.
हाँ just check
Okay.
okay
Yes. Sir, for the growth outlook, the global in the global as per the data I get, there is around 2,810 billion market size in the global, and India is around more than 18 billion
okay
as of 2024, and it is forecasted that it will be around 3,959 billion
okay
till 2030, and for India it is around 276 billion, around 2034. So
okay
for the as a CAGR is concerned, global market will grow growth at a 4.42%, and our India will grow at 8.8%.
So, Ritesh, if you observe, you know, as we've seen the paint industry, as we have seen the tire, as we have seen in the automobile, the growth
Yes,
number
sir.
seems to be almost like identical, 4 and 9 or
Yes,
something like
sir.
that.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
we
sir.
are growing, we will be almost growing at a double the rate compared to the universe. Okay.
Comparing India.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है चलो आगे चलिए
These are some of the statements that I have gathered.
Okay.
What are regional size and what is the global market outlook?
Okay.
So, as I discussed earlier also, the CAGR for the global market will be around 4.42, and for India it will be around 8.80.
Fine. Okay.
And
Just yeah.
so the key segment size are passenger vehicles, commercial vehicles, so two-wheelers, three-wheelers are growing faster. They are transforming into the electric vehicles more.
Okay, that is to
So
cover the body of the, the automobile. Okay.
body of the car, yes, sir.
So which is better, aluminum or steel?
So steel is better for long term.
हाँ लेकिन but nowadays what happens is that more the aluminum it uses, the car becomes more fuel efficient
Fuel
because the
lighter.
weight goes down.
Yes,
Okay,
sir,
so
yes, sir.
today most of the companies are and of course this was started quite a long back, where they are now converting all the cars into more aluminum, okay, rather than steel, which is a more heavier, and the cars have become
More
much
heavier,
lighter, but it
more
has got
costly also.
durability has come down a bit. Okay,
Yes, sir, exactly.
okay,
And and majorly the cost of the cost of the automobile depend on the steel prices, steel and aluminum prices. So
okay,
if they change in around 10%, it would the raw material price will increase by 2 to 4% per vehicle,
okay.
as you can see.
So you say that if there is an increase in steel prices or aluminum price by 10%, so it will
Yes, sir.
cause about 2 to 3% kind of
Two
a
to four
change in the
percent
car prices, basically.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Um,
So what has been the strategy? I mean, just take me to the
yes,
strategy.
sir. Yes, sir. So Maruti Suzuki, they have launched the EV, they have launched the EV in recent times. They are more focused on the CNG and hybrid or hybrid cars. And they're more focused on hybrid and CNG cars. And then to get rid of the tariffs and other things, they are sourcing from Suzuki Motors Gujarat and local players to not to not so that they don't increase there is no increase of cost in their raw materials.
Okay, okay. ये आकृति
And
आपने नहीं दिखाया, like strategy, which kind of, what kind of the strategy which, the tire companies are following, which
Sir,
kind of.
all of these sheets are in my Excel workbook, but we
Okay.
were main focused on
हाँ
tire
हाँ ठीक
industry.
है, बट वो मैंने आपसे पूछा था, कुछ आप बताना चाहते तो बता देना चाहिए था, बट एनीवे नो प्रॉब्लम्स, ओके फाइन.
So it's there in my Excel.
Okay,
So
I'll look into it. Don't worry, don't worry. So, but whenever you are making a presentation, it's not going to matter out here now. Whenever you are going to make a presentation, just flip through all the things which you have done, and just mention a little bit that you have covered the strategy, you have covered the what kind of cost a company needs to incur while manufacturing their product, what kind of strategies they are following. So now the other person may be interested in knowing the strategy. He say, okay, just I mean, take me through the strategy. Okay.
so I thought those financial metrics were
हाँ
more
हाँ वो
important
ठीक है,
because the
फाइनेंशियल मेट्रिक्स आर
company
ऑलवेज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट. ओके, व्हाट यू सेड इज राइट. ठीक है, चलो कोई बात नहीं. नाउ रितेश इज having his own way of making a presentation. He's taking me through, though I am always thinking about when he's going to present the financials, but this is the right way. Okay, fine.
okay.
Okay,
so sir, we can see that all the tire companies are more now focused on the EV sector because the EV is a booming sector right now.
okay,
So everyone is doing the R&D and they are putting more money in the in producing EV cars and EV motor vehicles, so
okay,
they can increase their sales.
okay, good.
And they are also trying to localize the sourcing of raw materials, so uh, the problem of tariff and other things will not harm their cost.
Okay, okay. So how not the harm, the tariff, कल मैं क्या बताया था आपने लास्ट में.
So that if the tariff is high, if they will source the raw material from different other countries, they have to pay the tariffs and other things.
Okay, so
So
that
if
tariff
they
will
will,
depend on the Indian customs tariff. Okay, because suppose we are exporting to America,
yes, sir.
so then we may face higher tariffs in America, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
But we are not exporting much of automobile companies outside our country, isn't it? Chalo,
And
anyway, ठीक
as
है.
I said, sir, I'm more focused on the right now. I'm more focused on the India market.
हाँ या.
So I'm
हाँ ठीक है, चलो. Okay, go ahead now. आगे चलो.
and so for these are the metrics for automotive industry. So I have been staying still companies only because these three companies, comprise of around 70% of the market share.
Okay.
Hyundai Motor also takes 14%,
अभी
but they don't
हीरो
have the
होंडा आ गई
market
है ना,
data
देखो.
for
There is another new company which got listed. Is it Hyundai which has been listed recently?
yes, sir.
तो
But we
उसको.
don't have the much data for that.
अच्छा डेटा नहीं है, लेकिन वो दैट वुड हैव बीन दैट्स अनदर बिग कंपनी व्हिच गॉट लिस्टेड लास्ट टू लास्ट मंथ. एनीवे.
Yes, sir. It is around March, I believe,
या
March.
हाँ पिछले महीने ही लिस्ट हुई
But
है. ओके.
yes, I tried to get the data, but I didn't get
तो स्क्रीनर में मिल नहीं रहा क्या? स्क्रीनर में हुंडई का डेटा
Yes,
नहीं
sir.
मिला?
नहीं है सर वहाँ पे सर. Look, sales were at last year,
अच्छा
but we don't have the data uh, for the EPS and other EPS forecasted EPS and other things.
अच्छा, वो नहीं मिल रहा होगा, ठीक है ठीक
Yes, sir.
है, ओके।
So yearly basis, sir, quarterly basis is fine, but I thought it will not be good to take that.
Okay, so which is the company which is having the highest market cap in India? I mean,
Maruti Suzuki, sir.
and followed by Mahindra and Mahindra.
Yes, sir.
And then we have Tata Motors. Okay, so they are all big
Tata
companies.
Motors.
I mean, 3,64,000, 3,20,000, 2,19,000. Okay, and
Yes, sir.
then just take me to the growth, the PE and the growth. Growth is how the companies are going to grow in the, like Maruti. Their
Okay.
growth is 11%,
Yes, sir.
and what about Mahindra Mahindra?
14.09%.
Okay, and Tata Motors about 13%.
13%, yes, sir.
So, अब ये बताओ कि
So,
why the Maruti is going at a slow growth compared to the other two companies? I mean, is there any answer for that, or is it?
I, I think so, as much you have studied, that company becomes the growth of the company becomes
So it's
stable
already having a
after
40% growth, market share. So growth,
they have
yeah. So
they
it's
have
already a
already
big company in terms of this thing.
exactly sir.
देखें एक बार
So
सेल्स कितनी है? अब सेल्स जैसे है, the sales is what 1,50,000 crores, and Maruti and Mahindra is 1,52,000, and Tata Motors is about 4 lakhs sales. Okay.
yes, sir. Very large.
So the
That's
growth of,
correct. Yes,
like Tata Motors is 13 and Maruti Suzuki is about 11%. Anyway,
11%. Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Then, so in terms of, PEG ratio and in terms of P ratio, which company seems to be better?
Sir, Tata Motors.
Tata Motors is trading at what, P ratio, PEG ratio or P ratio?
So
So,
it is trading at 6.8, 6.8x. As the
okay.
market is around 23.5, but the Tata Motors is trading at a 6.8.
So why it
So I
is,
believe
why it is trading at a very low P multiple? I mean, 6.8. It's kind of an outlier. I mean, in your data. Like the P ratio of the passenger car companies like Maruti and Mahindra, the P ratio is around close to about 20s, whereas Tata Motors is trading at 6.8 because it has a lot of bus and truck components of business, isn't it?
yes, sir.
So which is again not consumer facing. So it all these companies which are facing traditional industry facing, so they command a lower P multiples, isn't it? And the PEG ratio is also 0.52. Okay, so again, what happens is we call them all comparable companies like Maruti, Mahindra, and Tata Motors. Whereas in fact they are not comparable. Maybe Maruti and Mahindra can be still compared, but Tata Motors is not exact comparison of automobile this thing. So this should be,
Automobiles.
because we have just limited companies in India which are listed, and we
Yes,
also
sir.
always try to club Tata Motors with uh, uh, with these companies, but this is not a very good comparison because they are not exactly comparable. Okay,
Okay, sir.
okay, and then show me the something else. I mean, they are all buy rating.
Yes, sir. For all three, the analysts are given a buy rating.
So why
So,
buy? I mean, what they're saying? Why should we go ahead and buy? All these companies. I mean, what is the reason for Tata, for Maruti?
so for Maruti, it is around because they have a strong lineup and they are coming with a new models also in the EV sector, EV segment. Because of
Okay,
that, and their margins also improving year on year, and they have good growth volumes also. So analysts are saying that they have a bullish trend in their chart. It is around 50, if they break out to break the 11,000 mark, they will increase then the share price will increase. Because
okay, okay.
and
So
also
okay. Then what about Mahindra and Mahindra?
because they are the leader in the accident tractor segment in the automobile industry, and they are good presence in the rural market. So and they are in the when we speak of like technicals, they are training cup and handle model. So
Okay,
my
so that means this is cup and handle is the latest kind of a chart pattern which the company is showing. So we are almost at the the handle stage where the cup is I mean will be complete. Then it will this is a bullish pattern, isn't it?
Yes, a bullish trend will go up.
So it has already formed this pattern, and after it's completed, then it will after it is going to go up basically. At the
Yes,
time
sir.
which it completes the chart, it will be on its way up basically. And what about Tata Motors?
But Tata Motors are facing some challenges right now in the market because of the tariff in the US market. But as per the analysts, they are saying that there is good resistance there is good resistance, and they can go up to 1,000 in recent times.
Again,
And they are
why the answer is here. It is commanding a low P multiple and a low PEG ratio because it is going to have a major effect because of the tariffs,
yes, sir.
issue. Because they are importing the cars, exporting the cars to America, okay, and it will face a higher tariffs out there. So
And
the
their
the
major revenue comes from the US market itself.
so that means that's why it has reacted and its valuations has come down a lot of I mean has come down in the recent few
Yes,
days.
sir.
Okay, so that's why it's trading at a low P multiple and at a low PEG ratio also
Yes, sir.
because it's major customers lies outside India or outside I mean in America basically because they are manufacturing the cars in England and they are selling mainly to
Back to
China
the
and
US.
America. So they will face a lot of resistance, and their margins will be under pressure because
Yes,
they will face higher tariffs, and their demand will come down basically.
yes, sir.
So that has been factored in the price of Tata Motors. That's why it's looking very
Tata
attractive.
Motors.
अब attractive तभी लग
Yes,
रहा है वो. Okay.
yes, sir.
Okay.
But
Okay. Fine.
skeptical ऐसा क्या होगा कि नहीं फ्यूचर अभी तो
हाँ
सब
वो तो है.
नेगेटिव
अभी
सब
तो
कुछ
market has
हुआ है.
discounted and then market has gone up also after the pause of the tariff
Yes,
rule.
sir.
So, but still, I mean, it would have been far down. If you just show me the Tata Motors chart on the screener, so एक बार
Yes,
देखो,
sir.
Tata Motors का
Just a
chart क्या बोलता है? That it might have shown a kind of a big dip in the recent, weeks.
just a minute, sir.
हाँ, बस वो चार्ट दिखा के फिर then you can just pass on the this thing to Abdul.
Okay, sir. Okay. Sir, is it visible?
नहीं हाँ आप visible. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Just show me the chart, price chart.
Yes.
Just go up. This is 1 year chart. Huh? So that means it's been going down from for example from September 24
From
when the
last
correction
30 months.
started, and
Yes, sir.
it's not. Just show me the last 3 months chart.
So last
1 month.
three,
1 month.
last
Dekho,
6
1
months
month.
you can
Dekho,
see.
1 month. 1 month. Dekho. So it has pulled back a little bit. Okay. 6 months ही दिखाओ चलो हाँ ठीक है कोई बात नहीं ये भी ठीक है
So this is about what 1 month.
this is 1 month okay
Yes, sir.
तो छः महीने का दिखाओ 6 महीने में थोड़ा सा क्लियर हो जाता है अच्छा आप यहाँ देखो
So अभी
यहाँ
कुछ आया था सब
हाँ,
बट
थोड़ा बम्प आया
उसके
था
बाद
लेकिन उसके बाद फिर वो डाउन ही हुआ है उसके बाद
यस सर.
ठीक है चलो so that's meant if you look at the P ratio just press the P ratio है ये यहाँ आ रहा है ना यहाँ P ratio दिखाई दे रहा है
Yes, sir.
so the P ratio has has shown a decline it's just go look at the P ratio how it is reacting it
अभी
was
वो
the
सब
P
चला.
ratio was 111 at one stage
Yes, sir.
then it went down to तो उस टाइम लॉसेस में प्रॉफिट में आया होगा लॉस से प्रॉफिट में कन्वर्ट हुआ था ना सो
Yes, sir. Was this man
तो फिर 9 से अभी देखो कम आ गया पी रेशियो 6.6
6.6 पे sir.
so it has been re-rated by the global this thing that after this tariff so the company's valuations have come down it has taken a hit on the valuations
Yes.
ओके ठीक है अब अब्दुल को दे दो
Okay. Sir, I'm presenting the screen.
ओके जस्ट शो मी
So is it visible?
हाँ, it's visible, yeah. अब देखो, how many students we have, Akriti, in the class?
So we have 8 students.
So तीन तो ये हो गए, और बाकी पांच लोगों ने प्रेजेंट नहीं करा ना अभी, और एक Mihir has said that he's going to present next time because he was not, he had some trouble.
Yes, sir. So we can ask other like five to present in Friday's class.
हाँ, फ्राइडे को क्लास में कर लेंगे प्रेजेंट, ठीक है.
So I'll write a message on WhatsApp group.
Sure, you do that. So they can present in the next class, because then we are going to have another topic and there will be another presentations, okay?
Yeah. So that will be next week.
हाँ, वो अभी आज मैं शुरू करूंगा, नेक्स्ट वीक में खत्म करूंगा, उसके नेक्स्ट वीक में प्रेजेंट करोगे आप,
ठीक है, okay.
or maybe next week you are going to present, next to next week present.
And so we have to start our final project also.
हाँ, वो उसके लिए बस जैसे ये म्यूचुअल फंड खत्म होगा, देन विल गो फॉर आईपीओ, ओके फाइन.
Okay.
सो आईपीओ का फाइनल प्रोजेक्ट होगा.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so everything will be 2020, 2060, and take home paper will be 40, like this.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, just show me.
Sir, I can start.
Yeah,
Are you
you
able
can.
to speak about?
Which industry you're choosing? Steel industry, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So for the steel industry, the major players are these Tata Steel, JSW, and Steel, and the Jindal Power. And there was one more. I wanted to include this ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel, but it is not listed.
Okay.
So these four companies which are listed are comprising of 64% of market share, and rest to companies like this RILL and this ArcelorMittal. If we view these, all the companies are comprising of 78% shares. Rest are unorganized markets. If they are contributing to market share, it is 1% or less than 1%.
अच्छा, ये Abdul,
So
you have mentioned about the product sales distribution, like Tata Steel 55% flat, 35% long, and specialty 10%. Okay,
yes, sir.
so that's a very good kind of a thing. Then you must understand what does it mean basically. Okay, like
Yes,
all the Indian companies, they are manufacturing steel, which are basically the first grade steel, the steel which is required by the industry itself. Okay,
yes,
and the 10% specialty steel is basically used in where there's a lot of value margin. That's a more profitable segment of the steel industry. Okay,
yes,
so but in India, most of the companies they are manufacturing steel is basically the primary steel. Okay, which is manufactured for buildings, dams, metros. Okay, like a
yes,
specialty steel would be which is going for aircraft manufacturing, or maybe higher end uses. Okay, fine.
yes,
So which is more profitable segment of the business. Okay, fine.
yes,
So इसको मैं क्योंकि I just remember because I had done a presentation long back, about 15 years back, so that's why I just recalling from that what I did. So ठीक है, चलो आगे चलो. अब क्या growth outlook क्या है? I mean, just go to the growth outlook of the steel industry. I mean, what is the growth outlook? Just go to the top. हाँ, growth is
So
not so
this
good.
was the, yeah. So
So
in the on the internet it was given in the failure. So I converted them into billions for the global growth.
yeah,
So 1,470. So this is the uh, market size in the global terms of the steel industry, and it is going to increase by 4.6% CAGR.
Abdul, just hold, just for all everyone, the growth both at global level as at India level, it's around 4%, 4.5%, isn't it? Fine. So it is not
Yes, sir.
having that kind of a difference as we have seen in other industries like paint or tire or automobile. The growths are
Yes,
almost similar to the world. Okay, like India is also going to grow at 4, as well as globally also 4. Okay, so that's why these companies
yes,
command a lower P multiple, because people don't invest in these companies. They don't feel that this company should be trading at a very high value. Okay, they always trade at a very subdued P multiple. So when you take me to the P multiple, you find they're trading at very low P multiples as compared to the all other companies like which we have seen so far. Okay.
so my findings were that these companies are there is not very much sharp increase in the terms of the market size, but these companies are going to effectively use what they have. Like
margins and coming up with high growth in the industry.
Okay.
So this was the main reason.
Sure. Just take me to the this thing. I mean, take me to the chart and where we have shown the all the the valuation chart.
Okay,
Huh.
this was the valuation.
Just show me the P multiples first of all. Let me see the P multiples. The
Yes,
P
sir.
multiples, like of course you're showing minus thing because P ratio cannot be in minus. Okay, fine. So that means it is not having a P ratio at all. Tata Steel. Fine. And
So
then
we don't if the profits are going into minus, then we should directly not write the PE instead of converting it into
then
absolute
for more for the steel companies, then it is EV upon EBITDA, which is a more relevant kind of because at this stage all these companies are reporting EBITDA level kind of a profit. Okay. EBITDA तो सब कोई अर्न कर ही रहा है ना मतलब जो है मतलब पी रेशियो में तो वी नीड नेट इनकम सो द नेट इनकम में भी माइनस दैट्स व्हाई इट्स कमिंग अ माइनस पी रेशियो so you should not mention minus P ratio because no company will have a minus P ratio. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So you can do that later on. So अब EV to EBITDA देखें तो which company is I mean in terms of PV to EBITDA which is the cheapest company? Steel Authority of India. Okay. And growth, which company is going to grow at a faster rate?
It is Tata Steel.
तो टाटा स्टील की ग्रोथ कितनी आ रही है 127%.
Yes, sir.
Just
It
show
was
me the chart because
last week.
it was showing a kind of a negative this thing and then it's going to show a very high profit. So like
So
from
the losses of the Tata Steel are like for this year only because they are having more debt on them, so they are paying much of the interest. So that
okay.
is the reason that like the profit margins are
I
going
know
very
that,
high.
because they had just turned into, I mean, profitable in the last year, they were into heavy losses. So their profits are, going up at a good pace from 24 to 25, 25 to 26. So that's why it's showing. Then what is the recommendation of Tata Steel? I mean, what the analysts are saying? Buy.
By recommendation.
Okay. And then which company to buy more? JSW Steel as well as Steel Authority, though it is valued cheap, but it is neutral.
Yes, we,
And Jindal Steel is also buy. So all
but
the
the
steel
things like
companies are buy
one more
list,
thing is
isn't? Most of the companies are on the buy list, isn't it?
yes, sir. One more thing was the financials and the ratios of this state, Steel Authority of India. It was pretty much attractive, but the investors are giving neutral ratings because sometimes they are just taking the reason that it is PSU, so there won't be much growth and it could be going stable for the future.
Okay, just show me the next recommendation के आगे कुछ technical indicators दिखाए हैं आपने?
No, sir, I
अच्छा,
haven't.
ठीक है, ठीक है. चलो ठीक है. Okay, Abdul, fine. Just share this thing data with me. Okay.
Okay. Sir, I am feeling I need to make some changes like this, so
You can make
I
make
can
those
make
changes
these
and then
changes.
again resubmit your project. Fine.
Sure, sir. Sure.
So, but I'll be doing all the marks and everything next week. Okay. So you can always make some changes till the time all the presentations are in. You can always make some changes whatever you want and submit the final one. Okay.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है. चलो. Good.
Thank you, sir.
So now you can just take off your presentation.